Hey everyone, Justin Brawl here, and I know I'm a good 2 days late on this one. I just kind of forgot that Boruto 56 got dropped, but here I am right now to give you my review of the episode 56, and still continue on the movie recap, but before we move forward, I just want to point out the fact that I have my fan on here, so if you can tell from my Attack on Titan roll scroll post that's moving, my fan's on, the weather just got a little bit more nicer, let's just say a little more warmer in this case. We're not close to very much to the end, we're not very hitting summer yet territory, but definitely warm enough that we're also hitting towards it. Here, at least in the Northeast. Now, as for the episode's concerned, this case, we're releasing the full addressing between the two unique exams, but it could put a different light, or at least more padding, I would say, from how the movie adapted it. But for the actual two unique exams themselves, I want to point out some of these characters, and for sure, and how these will play out. But I cannot. There's no way I'm going to get the names specifically named for at least a good 4. However, 3 of the 4 I cannot possibly name. Most of the came that's what I'm also going to forget because they have very similar names. I can mistake one of them from the other. Since these specifically are from the Hidden Mist Village, from the current Mizukage, from the current Mizukage's reign. They're also known as swordsmen, but they're also having They're actually triplets. I may forget one was pointed out who was the middle. Because the one who's always in the middle of the 3 is the elder brother, while the other 2 are the youngest. But are still triplets nonetheless, because one must be born in order for the rest. So that means one must be born before the other. A men are going to be too. There's something we don't see them once in the entirety of the story, and that's pretty much it. Then yeah, they were in Mist Village. They weren't even mentioned anywhere during that time during the trip. But they did point out the fact that this anime did point out. Okay, this is a movie recap and it's completely different. Like how when Dragon Ball Super did movie recaps of both Battle of Gods and Restoration F, they had to pad out. There was like a lot of padding in some scenes just to read them to make sure this is a completely different thing from the movie. So retelling, but different. And here in this case, they mention Kagura, so Kagura's under the protection of the Hidden Mist Village is under the protection of Kagura, who's still trained to become the successor to the current Mizukage. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it. That's the only time we're going to see the triplets here in this case. And no one has the movie can know how long they lasted during the exams. They're not going to make that much big of an impact. There's also this one group of students known from the Hidden Stone Village. These 3 groups of students are actually personally trained. They happen to be personally trained, or at least favorited by the current Tsuchikage. I think her name was Kurotsuchi. Unfortunately, these guys, I'll get to them in a bit. But when it came to these who made their appearance, they were proven to be the 5 from Iwaki, or Iwabi. Excuse me. Iwaki. That these 3 are supposed to be like very hidden strength potential, or to find what they're about to do with their ultimate technique. They actually fell into Bucha. I'll get to the Bucha portion of this exam because that completely got my mind on this one, but they are also perceived to be they thought they were a little cool, but they're also very dorky, and they're also very uncool. They're also not cool in a way. At least they tried too hard. And when Suzuka saw how they badly failed in the first part of the exam, she's going to retrain them again, but personally see it to them that she's going to beat them into it, and she did it so violently, and her knuckles cracking, like, oh, I'm going to destroy these 3. Whenever the 2 exams are done when they get back home. Most likely, probably after the first exam. Now, as for another group of students, another trio that we were looking forward to, it's this trio from the Hidden Mist Village, from the Hidden Cloud Village, that was the current Raikage. I forgot to call him Raikage, I forgot his name. These are portrayed to be like basically one more somewhat 2 cool guys of their village. One has like some sort of GQ necklace around, and he also carries 2 swords and 2 also use bubblegum. And the OCs, these 3 are the ones that are like basically I would say snarty about their comments towards other people. How they make fun of Boruto, saying how slow he is, how slow he can be, and also situated to put on a fight. And being fun that Boruto is going to face him at one point in the next part of the exam. We're going to see his games come up very soon. Spoiler for those who didn't see the movie. Or actually, shown marked in the anime, but didn't see the movie, which you should see the movie way before the exam was even a thing. And for the final trio, it's the new Sand sibling that I really doubt they're even officially confirming the Sand siblings, but anyway, they are specifically Shinki, the one with the black sand, in the middle, like the guy with the cables like it was moving. He's actually the official adopted son of the current Kazekage, which is Gaara. While the other two haven't officially got their names yet, and no one knows his things over Rise who's always on his headphones on just music, which I'm kind of thinking, what kind of music is he listening to this almost modern era of the Shinobi right now at this point? It's definitely not traditional music, but I'm really concerned, like, what kind of music is she listening to? And we revealed the one with the mask with the ponytail, or like the bun with almost like a ponytail tied from the back of his head like this. He's actually not only wears a mask, but he also pretty like a swordsman, so just like how Tamari and Kankuro were basically the opposite sides between Sand siblings, where Tamari had to win. Kankuro was mostly on puppets. I'm guessing for this girl who hasn't got her name just yet, it's basically the straight taijutsu fighter of the group, while the other one with the mask is basically the swordsman. Leaving Shinki with the black sand, being the new sand wielder, meaning the black sand, controlling black sand, I should say. Only know it's black sand, not golden sand, or something like the original sand that Kara has, or golden sand that his father had. And what else I'm going to say? And also, the series also the episode really hints on clash between both Boruto and Shinki, because these two are very similar. They're both the children, the sons specifically, to each respective village's Kages, and Naruto has won over Gaara back when they were kids. We can give them the whole thing during the whole original Naruto series and the hidden sand village. Like a motorcycle. The hidden sand village over to technically be the leaf. And between the two Genin, Naruto and Gaara were fighting. In order to share the two make completely different personalities, but two share the same kind of destinies. They both had tail beasts inside their bodies. Gaara had the 1 tails, Chukoku, while Naruto had the 9 tails, Kurama. And over time, the two became fastly friends, and one succeeding, one becoming the Kage of the protected village, while one had to catch up, and eventually became the Kage, and the two see each other as now friends and allies. So two very have the scene in common, and in the episode, they actually call out, there was a scene where the two clashed, later on the two not clash, it was like cross each other. Then the music just slowly, the music just stopped for a second and just built this like ominous feeling like we're eventually going to see. If you thought Boruto was going to be this one guy from the Mist Village or something, or at least from the Stone Village or from the Hidden Mist, excuse me again, that's got nothing about it. We're going to see a potential fight between Boruto, the son of the Hokage, versus Shinki, the son of the Kazekage. By the way, it does one of those 2 dogs right there. Now it's an actual exam. One thing's for sure that we have to find to see 10-10 again come out to the series, because after all, the Conan 11, or the Conan 12 at this point, who hasn't really returned, which everybody else did, except for Neji, because he's officially dead. Rest in peace, Neji. 10-10 is the only one who hasn't been seen that much often. And it looks like 10-10 finally came after the assuming part of the exam, and this big one where it's like, she uses some booby traps around them before it. But before we get to that part of the exam, I want to point out, during the first thing I should mention, the callback to the reference to the movie again, of course, with the true and false question, and had a time size, and the time actually he didn't click on the stopwatch to stop to make it move. It just kept going. Realizing that the clock actually was moving, and time was wasting up time to explain what the exam was. Everybody else ran, and Sai's not going easy on them, even though this is the first exam, Sai's not going to make it easy for them. They have to make it to a certain point from venue A to venue B, in time. It was like 5 minutes, I believe it was, or like a few minutes, like 5 minutes. However, on the way there, 10-10 set up with her jutsus, of course, being she was mostly the weapons specialist of her team back then. She set up booby traps from pitfalls to paper bombs to nets, even to the cartoon, even to like a swinging log hitting one person. And that's why everyone the hidden the Stone Trio were trying to act cool and do their own trio technique, but ultimately the guys they both fell into a tree branch, fingertip wise, touch paper bomb, and they both fucking exploded right in front of the Kuratsuchi Kage, Kuratsuchi. That had to be one of the most uncool things to see, but yet so fun that these guys are being their typical comedy of this type of one says a gag comedy for slapstick comedy in this episode. And as for the rest of the exam, everybody else keep picking on like Lee's or like juggling whiskey me they're being ambushed excuse me. They're getting ambushed by the traps everyone that since it's then. But everyone's about the suddenly doing her getting better than they or more better than she thought. She sets up a notice by doing a selling jutsu, by telling everyone down and decides to send them to a tree ranch. It's almost like a whole pack of robots, like wooden-style robots, just attack to making one set easier. And you can see some shades of some new training consistent from the same siblings who decided not to use any jutsus, and she was full-fledged taijutsu sword and just blazing right through those robots. Like it was nothing that everybody else has to do there. That jutsu's what? Just beat them one of a kind. I get to venue B, and got to the exam, which is the question. It was a true or false question, saying which one of these is this true or not, but certain password. And the thing, whoever falls into the pit, whoever falls into the pit and turns black, fails. And just like in the movie, there were two separate pots. There were two separate pots, pools of ink below them. And the idea was there was no fifth volume of the book. That's what is in question. Damn, excuse me, I should have more for this one. I'm going to answer with one take. No editing here. Realizing how there was both basically a setup. Whoever falls turn black will fail. Because whoever doesn't turn black in your hand pass. So this is the way science cryptic message saying every tuning must have guts. I think what the was trying to say here. And if you fail to do that, you don't deserve to become tuning. He uses some rehash animation scenes from the movie, explains what was the situation behind the scenes. Although this shows some scenes of other students who passed from the current Colonel at 12 at this point to the rest of the students who are proving a more terrible, more of a dangerous force for the new Getting. For the new current Getting right now. And we get to see Naruto heard the fact that Boruto passed round 1, which would go like the second round, which is going to take them to more like a Hidden Urban Ops-esque of Capture the Flag here from seeing from the previews. But that's until next week, so the only thing that's only been hinted for potentially is the inevitable battle between Boruto and this one for the Hidden Mist Village, but it hinted Boruto versus Shinki fight somewhere down the line during the exam, and then from the current openings it showed us, those who strangely for some reason they ended up fighting, but they didn't in the movie. Then again, those Sansons didn't have any speaking lines whatsoever, so they were basically there. But here's the thing, let's get a chance to see them shine at this point. So, next week's episode, leave a like, subscribe, comment, with a friend. I'll see you next time in the next video. Laters.